Welcome back to another episode of the Broke Boys. I'm Martin.
I'm Kat.
We got my boy DJ back in the building.
What's going on, y'all?
We're happy to have you back, bro. We're going to do Substance Part 3, Volume 3. So hopefully a lot of people have really been responding and they love that we do these Substance episodes. So we're going to continue and keep it going.
All right.
And this time we got DJ, and hopefully we can dive deep with it. DJ, if you're ready.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But before we continue, let's go ahead and let's roll the intro.
We them broke boys from the hood. We on them missions understood. Won't catch us lacking, we that good. We always winning like we should. We flying high, we butterfly up to the sky. No way you catching us goodbye. Pray to God we make it out alive. I'll never leave my dogs behind. We stick together like we signed. We shooting stars, one of a kind. We undefeated, just resign. Money more lower than a bitch nowadays.
Isn't that ironic, bro?
Kind of crazy, bro.
I find it kind of ironic. You know, we never leave our dogs behind.
Hey, man.
All right,
This is
guys.
the way life goes.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw out the first question.
What's up?
This is from the Vulnerables, the very beginning of the pack. It says, what's the craziest thing that has ever happened to you?
Dang. DJ, go first. What is something that's happened to you?
Damn, I mean, just to think about situations in my life that have happened, the craziest, you know me. Everybody knows me. Like, if you know me, if you've heard of me, if you have me on IG and stuff like that, a lot of people know me for my car. And had an unfortunate circumstance happen to me back in 2019. So I'm sitting here driving down the road in Fresno. I just got done dropping off the homies. It's like 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Nothing
I-
good happens at
good
3 a.m.
Let me
Yeah.
tell you, I'm high as dog dookie. I mean, I'm
Damn.
there like on giraffe neck type high. So I'm driving down the street, and this road it's like a back road. There's not many houses. There's not many like street lights or anything like that. And
Yeah.
so it's kind of dark. My headlights aren't the greatest, but I'm just vibing. I'm going like 30 and a 45. Again,
Okay.
I'm high as shit. I'm
Yeah.
not all the way there. So I end up like hitting a pothole, and
Ooh.
I'm on big like 19-inch wheels. Like they're heavy.
Yeah.
And at the time, I didn't really know much about like suspension, like keeping up with maintenance on that type of stuff,
Yeah.
or looking out for it. And so I end up hitting the pothole, and the wheel falls off.
Shut the fuck up.
The whole wheel falls up. Now, for my car guys out there, the upper control arm disassembled from the actual ball joint.
Ooh.
So that means the entire brake assembly
Yeah.
came
It
off
just flopped.
with the whole wheel.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, and after I hit the pothole, like the car jumps and then it drops. As I'm watching the wheel bounce off into the distance to the left, and the car is like tilted on the driver's side, like just scraping the road, and it's throwing
Yeah.
sparks. It's loud. Like at this point, I'm panicking. I'm like, holy shit!
Yeah, what do you
So
do?
I hit the brakes, but I didn't realize. Obviously, I didn't realize the brakes came off with it. I thought it was just a wheel.
Yeah.
I stomp on the brake. It goes straight to the floor. I'm like, you're fucking lying.
Wow.
There's no way. So
Yeah.
I'm panicking. The car is like sliding. There's no means of stopping this thing.
Mm.
And so I'm coming up on an intersection, and to the right, there's like a dirt field. And it's not like huge. It's just like a little dirt path, and then
Uh-huh.
it goes up where this canal is at.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, this asphalt's not going to slow me down. I have to.
You're still
drag it
sliding.
in the-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're-
I swerve off to the right, and I drag it into the dirt. And I kid you not, the car was like at the very bottom edge of the canal, but it was just enough to raise the wheels up on the rear.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just one of the scariest moments I ever had in my life. Like I genuinely thought
You're
this
gonna
car
end up in the
That was
I
it.
was either going to be in the canal or hit the light pole, because there was no
That's scary.
destination for that. But the car stopped. I hop out the car, and I look, and I'm like, you're fucking lying.
Mm.
It's sitting on the lower ball joint, dug into the ground. I'm looking in the distance, trying to find out where the wheel's at.
The wheel's a mile back.
Literally. And so I'm looking outside looking for the wheel, and I see this dude walking down the street. Now, this is not a good like side of town.
What the fuck?
This is
At 3 a.m.
3 a.m.
Nothing good happens at 3 a.m.
pitch black, and there's like a few houses, but there's like a house every quarter mile.
Uh-uh.
So I'm like,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre type
bro,
of shit.
I legit looked at him. I was like, let me get back in my car real quick. This don't look good. So I get back to my whip, And I had a Swiss Army knife on me. At that time, I didn't really carry nothing on me. So I'm just like, all right, I got to
You're
find
panicking in the driver's seat.
Said I'm fighting for my life right now.
Bro, fearing for my life. I fucking get in the car, lock the door, grab my Swiss Army knife. I'm like, bro, I swear to God, if he walks up on me, bro. Like, he popped up out of nowhere. I did not see him.
That's what I'm saying. Where'd he come from?
Right. So I'm like, okay. There's a house right there.
Maybe he saw like your car, right?
But it looked like it was abandoned. I'm like, there's no way somebody just came out that house.
Oh,
so
shit.
I'm waiting. And the guy walks up. Hey, you okay? I was like, okay, cool. So I lower the window. I'm like, yeah, bro. I was like, you live at that house? And he was just like, yeah. Like I walked outside to smoke a cigarette. Next thing you know, I see your fucking car flying down the road shooting sparks off, bro. Like, is everything okay? I was just like, well, I can't find my will, but I mean, I'm safe. Like, I'm good. And he's just like, oh, shit. Like, I got a flashlight. Let me go get it real quick. So
why would he not walk up with the flashlight if it's 3 a.m.?
That's what I'm saying. That's literally what I'm saying. So
Probably telling his goons in the back, like, we got him, guys.
We got him, boys. He's stranded. Let's get him. He's vulnerable. Nah.
Take the Lexus.
Fucking, so we look for it. I got it on my Instagram. I took it off my page from years ago, but it's in my archive. So if you want to see that, hit me up on IG, Woday, 2 E's. Yeah, that had to be one of the wildest moments of my life.
Yeah, that's scary.
I was going to fucking die. I was like, there's no way. Yeah. Brakes stop working and everything. That's when your life is just...
That's like my biggest fear is my brakes just one day just not working.
Yeah. It was a time to remember. I'll tell you that. Definitely a time to remember.
What was your craziest?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I had different shit happen to me. I've gotten into a lot of fights. I've gotten into near-death experiences.
Yeah.
In near-death experiences, I've really went through a lot. So it just depends on which one do you want. That's crazy.
That's up to you.
That's like top tier crazy. It's like one moment you just would not like to remember.
There's a lot that I would not like to remember. I would say the near-death experience. When my coworker had crashed into the light post, and I've talked about it in a previous
I think it was the last substance episode too.
Yeah. And and like I heard that wooden post snap, and I look up, and I thought that was gonna be the last thing that I looked up, and it just paralyzed, just coming straight in my head, you know?
Jesus Christ.
And yeah, I could have been on shirt, but God had some other things for me.
All right.
That's scary, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Those power lines, when they snap,
I remember that I had told you guys, and you guys came over, and you guys we were just chopping it up, and I was like,
yeah,
it's scary that we're like, when the power lines snapped, they were like going crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's oof.
Yeah,
that's scary.
And some of those wires, like they'll fucking behead your ass real fucking quick too.
Yeah, they're strong. Those wires are thick, bro. Real thick.
What about you?
Dang, I forgot that I had to answer these. Honestly, probably that racist guy at the hotel.
That was the craziest?
Yeah, that I can think of, like, off the top of my head. I just thought that he was really crazy, truly.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one says, question 2, what has been your biggest reality check moment in life?
I've had a few. One that really stood out was when you had to find your purpose. You had to find what you want to do. Mm-hmm. And I was to the point where I was like, I kind of didn't know. I did the whole thing with wanting to be a police officer, being an impact in the world. And that never came. I mean, they kept closing the door left and right. And I kept trying to figure it out. And one thing about me is like, I don't give up. Yeah. So I'm going to keep going. And then once I ran out of my options, that's when I was like, you know what? I think this is God's way of showing me like, hey, this isn't your path.
Right.
But I've always said I want to be an impact in this world. Mm-hmm. So regardless of what it is, if it isn't doing it with law enforcement, I'm still going to be doing something similar. It's just going to be
just a different route. Way.
Right.
So that was the reality check that came to me, because I was like, man, like nothing's going my way, but yet I'm killing it in every interview. They all love me. They all even give me the recommendations. Dang. So it's just like, then what is it then?
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Do you have an answer, DJ, or you need time to think?
Yeah, no, I got it. Okay. I would say my biggest reality check was definitely sitting down and realizing, like, you know what, my parents are only getting older. Like, by that I mean my mom, because if you don't know, me and my dad don't have good relations.
Yeah.
But I just remember one day I was living with my mom in out in Chowtown, and I just really sat there and I'm like, dude, like she really put in all this work. My parents would bust their ass. My dad was out there selling DVDs. He was the DVD man back in the day. Posted up in front of DD's discounts, you know, trying to make a hustle, trying to get some money. You know what I mean? Trying to feed us. My mom was working 2 jobs sometimes, you know, just trying to make sure we were good, coming home, cooking dinner, you know, like now that I'm an adult, it just makes me realize like, damn, they really worked their ass off just to make sure we had what we needed. And it wasn't even a lot at that point. You know what I mean? So it just made me realize that my mom, my dad, they don't have much time left. I have to find a way to give back. You know what I mean? And my biggest reality check was like, okay, well, yeah, I'm 19, I'm 20, I'm in my young 20s and shit like that. And you don't have much time to waste.
Yeah.
As you get older, your parents age with you. And I don't think a lot of people realize that your parents did what they could. They sacrificed 18 years. Sometimes at least.
Yeah.
Sometimes a little bit less, depending on your situation. But they sat there and dedicated that much time to make sure you were good, to have a good life, to set a good path from where you stemmed from. And I had to sit down and realize, like, you know what? Now it's my time. So for these next 18 years, I have to pay back. I have to give back. I have to dedicate myself to make sure that my parents' time wasn't wasted.
Yeah.
And that they're good, you know?
Yeah. And so that's pretty much what my that's had to be it.
Yeah. And that's hard too, because like I get from where you're coming from too, you know. You know, our parents aren't fortunate enough to have these high end paying jobs. You know, they're well off, they have retirement, they have a house of their own.
Exactly.
So I'm on the same boat with you. Like, my parents are undocumented. When they came, they were undocumented. Now they have their papers, but they don't got anything for retirement. They don't got nothing.
Exactly.
You know? So it's just like, okay, so then that responsibility falls down to the kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, whatever the kids are doing, that's on them. But for me, it's just like, my siblings, like, they have to figure out their own lives too, you know?
Right.
And they struggle and they can't even figure out what they can't. And I'm like, nah, like, I'll figure it out.
Right. But even that's a lot of pressure on you because you don't want to live life of regret.
Yeah.
That's what hit me the most, is being like, okay, well, I'm glad I realize this now. But had I not, I would have grown older, and let's say my parents pass away, I'm gonna be sitting there like, I didn't even get to pay them back for what they did for me. You know what I mean? And that I feel like would have been more painful than anything else in this world. Cause I mean,
there's nothing to undo it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's got to be it.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it.
What about you?
I would say moving out. When I moved out, that was for real. Like, when did the next year secure, and the next year, like, oh shit, like it's really on me. Like it's truly on me. Like these bills got to get paid. No one's paying them for you. Like you have to figure it out, and you have to you have dinner. You have to come home. I can't fathom going to work. Like my mom was going to school, going to work, and my dad was working 2 jobs. My mom still came home and made dinner for us. I can't fathom. I can't fathom having to come home 7:30 at night and still have kids to feed. Or like still have to answer a million questions and like take care of someone else. Like I cannot fathom that. So I think like you said, like just appreciating my parents for what they did for me while I lived there. And like set me up to be like, okay, like now it's on me. I know how to do this. I know what to do. Like I know how to keep myself alive. Like at the very baseline of it. But I think that was like for me the biggest reality check was like having to buy my own shampoo and shit.
That's as real as it gets.
No, I remember too, like when I was on my own, like living in the house, and I was just like, fuck, I finally did my first like big boy purchase.
Yeah.
And it wasn't the couches, it was toilet paper, bro. I felt like through the Step Brothers when he buys, it's funny because Costco and he finally buys the toilet paper.
No, for real.
That's how I felt.
No, that's serious. And then for me, it's like, okay, I get the bills have to get paid. Like I get that. For me, it's like I get mad when I have to buy new shampoo. Like why? Like it's the little shit that just like ticks me off. Or my face lotion. I was like, damn, I'm out of face lotion again. Like
you see that price tag,
dude,
you're just like, bro, $8. You kidding me?
Are you serious? So I can have clean hair? No, yeah, it's a little shit that just gets me a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was mine. Okay, question number 3. It says, does the number of past partners matter to you?
Jesus.
I think speaking for a few men, I think that it does, but I think if you're going to be with somebody that you probably don't want to ask, you probably just want to keep that.
You said that is confidential information.
Yeah. Like it should be like.
Or if you do ask, don't get your feelings hurt.
Yeah. That's true as well. Yeah, well, DJ dates. I can't fathom to be like, yeah, I date around and shit. I'm in a whole relationship.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I feel like, well, when I was younger, yeah, I feel like when you're more insecure, you're just like, oh, how many bodies you got? And even then, that's a hard question to ask your significant other or the person you're trying to date. But like, as I got older, I'm just like, you know what? In this generation, I already know what the answer is.
I he said, I'm not gonna like it.
It's already triple digits. I already know.
I already know it's above 5, right? Or 10, or whatever you want to say your baseline is. So at that point, I won't even ask. Just be safe about it. You know what I mean? I obviously don't just be out here in these streets spreading leg for whatever. But I'm not the type of person to judge. It's just like, if I'm in a committed relationship, if I'm going to be in a committed relationship or potentially marry this person, that question has to be brought up only for like
safety reasons
and comfortability. That number or that question doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, you're a hoe. Like, I'm not asking that to determine if you're a hoe or not.
Yeah, make sure it's safe for me to insert my pee-pee.
Okay.
I genuinely just feel like asking that question helps with insight. Like, okay, what kind of person are you? Did you have a phase where you were just going through it?
Yeah.
Was it like, are you a serious person? Is this a person who only dates to marry for serious relationships? That question can give you a lot of information.
And I feel like the way they respond can be like an answer in itself, you know?
Yeah, exactly. My previous experiences, I mean, it was just, I mean, it's one thing to straight up lie about the number to begin with just because you're embarrassed about their actual number.
How do you feel about that if you find out they were lying though?
I mean, I have been there. Yeah.
So how'd you feel?
I genuinely was upset. Like, you come to me, like I was in this relationship with this girl, and figuratively speaking, she told me her body count was like 5, whatever.
Okay.
And so we got out of the relationship, and I forgot how the conversation got brought up again. And she's just like, I asked her, I was just like, so wait a minute, how many bodies did you actually have? She's like, I told you it was 7. And I'm like, told me it was 5. Like, what do you mean by that?
And then if she's lying about 7, is it higher than 7?
Right. And she's like, well, I told you I had a phase when I was in college and I got on my relationship.
I don't think 7 is not.
Wow.
And I was just like,
7 times 7 is a phase.
I was like 7, not including me. So, okay, at that point, I can't even trust you. But she was like constantly asking me, oh, when are we going to get back together? Like, I only want you, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, listen.
You're like, so did you add the last two, like last week?
And so at that point, I was just like, okay, if I can't trust you with that number originally, like if I first met you and you tell me a specific number and now it's something different, I don't want to further the relationship with you because 7 becomes 11, 11 turns into 19. And at that point,
you said
I can't look at you the same.
I can't do math at that.
I can't count that high. But I also just can't look at you the same. That image of you is no longer the same, whether it be you were in a phase or whether it just be you just didn't want to be honest about it because you're embarrassed. That's just as simple as it gets to me. So
that's fair.
That had to be it.
I feel like that's fair.
Was it, was it the same one with the PC?
Yeah,
we kind of
remember that.
We kind of told you about that.
That one. It's just like how you. Just
I remember
a free PC.
Yeah, I was just like, hold on, like someone gave her
what
a PC, like it was like a whole $3,000 fucking PC set.
Wow,
with the gaming chair and everything. But here's the cold part.
The gaming chair and everything.
Here's the cold part. I even brought up the messages because I had them saved. When I was confronting her about that shit, I was like, you told me y'all didn't even do nothing. You told me it was just on some. Oh, he was just really obsessed with me. Like I sent him pictures and shit like that. I'm like, yeah, I bet. Yeah, I bet. That was where distrust first came. So not only did you lie about the number, but you also lied about getting a whole PC.
Bro, a whole setup.
Bro, I'm sitting in the room looking at this PC as you're gaming on it.
DJ was on it, fucking playing.
Like you dropped the whole body for this PC. You can't be trusted. You can't be. I mean, would you fold for a PC setup? If you, figuratively speaking, if you were dating somebody and they would you?
Martin 100% would.
PC setup? Oh,
Martin 100%.
Thank you.
Without a doubt.
What you need?
With the see-through side glass?
Dude, without a doubt, Martin will be like, whatever you need.
I might fold. I ain't gonna lie. I can't.
Hey, good on her.
But just don't lie.
She's her back.
No, for sure. For sure.
That's crazy.
That's fucking wild.
That's crazy work.
That's funny. All right. On to the next.
Yeah.
Tell a story of a time you felt betrayed.
I like moments like these. I love these questions.
I love these questions. Recently, I'll be fucking straight up. I mean, I sugarcoated the fuck out of it, bro. And you know it.
Absolutely.
You fucking know it.
Yeah, I knew it from the start.
I held back so much, and I'm still holding back so much. They don't deserve that energy from me. They don't. Like, I want to be on that same level as they are. You know, it's cute that you want to say all these things. It's cute that you want to add your little notes and post on your little stories. It's cute.
Little stories is crazy.
But the reality is you expect me to be on that same level with you, and you ain't gonna. I'm sorry. I'm on that whole new phase. I'm on my whole new level, and it's just like, hey, I gave the best part of me to you, and you were a family. You were everything to me. But once you backstab me, once you betray me, hey, all love. It's fuck you, but it's all love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I want to see you excel. I want to see the best version of you. I want you to be good. But like I said it multiple times, I want to see you eat.
Just not on my table. That's right.
And it's just like, no, and everybody gets it. It's not the first person.
Right.
Everybody understands the way I run, the way my program is, and I'm gonna be there with you. I'm gonna ride for you. I'm gonna be your number one supporter. I'm gonna be your number one fan. I'm gonna be right with you.
Right.
All the time. You need anything? Hey, it don't hurt to ask. Like I'm so genuine to the point where it's just like, hey man, I'm down and out. Hey, you need something, bro? I got you. Like, hey, we're here to help each other out. That's the how can I say it? The generosity that I got.
Respect,
yeah, mutual respect as well.
And the type of friend you are.
And that's the type of person I am. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna help you out. But the moment that you flip it, and the moment that you backstab me and tell all these people all types of shit about me, hey, how do you expect me to be like whatever about it?
And that's the thing. You can't come at somebody's character like that. That's the number one thing I will never understand in this world is backstabbing or betraying people who had nothing but good intentions for you. How is it that somebody can reach for the stars and bring you the fucking moon, the whole universe, right? When you need it. When you need it most.
Mm-hmm.
But then out of nowhere, just you decide whatever's going on in your little world that, oh, I'm gonna spread lies about this person. I'm gonna just be like, oh, this person's been doing this. Oh, they're hella fake. This, that, and the third. And it's just like, okay, where'd this energy come from? Yeah. I can understand if we're dissing somebody or if we start ghosting somebody on the side and being like, oh, they acting a little weird. But even then, we grown adults. Bring it up.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care if you're not confrontational. Bring it up.
Yeah.
Just.
It doesn't have to be confrontational. It could just be a conversation.
There's so many different ways you can bring situations up just to clear the air. But if you're not grown enough to be on that same level, then don't start beef.
Yeah.
One thing I'll say is that when it comes to betrayal, it's funny because there's one or two things you can do. You can either clap back and be on the same energy, same level as them, which obviously it leads to nowhere, or you can let karma eat that ass. Karma is one crazy bitch. Karma will, if you really let karma sit back and work its magic, you can let all this shit fly past your head. Just acknowledge it. Don't address it. Just acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
And just sit back. Continue doing you. Continue living your life. And I guarantee you, you'll see that person down and out, upset, going through shit. And you just sitting there like, hey, I mean,
I didn't wish, like you don't wish no bad upon them.
Yeah.
But, hey, shit takes its course.
Exactly.
I got frustrated. I told Kat, I was like, dog, like I don't understand. Like, you show them so much compassion, you show them mercy. You're like, I'm trying to be the better man. I'm trying to be a bigger man.
Right.
And then look at what's going on. And it's just like, man, like they really just want to get a reaction. They really just want to, whatever they can, just to have control over you or whatever it is.
Right.
And you just can't let that shit, happen. And don't get me wrong, there's a side of me where it's just like, hey, don't fucking take that. Like, where you come from, big dog.
Yes, that's just, and it's tempting.
Yeah,
it's so tempting because it's just like, dude,
it's that demon right behind you, just like, hey, respond.
I could end this man's whole career. we got the mics right here. Let's just do it. But you know what I mean? There's limitations to certain things because what do you want the outcome to be?
Exactly.
Everybody controls their own outcome of how they live their life, and it's really just about being able to hold your tongue in times like these.
Exactly.
Being able to control your own sense of respect. You know what I mean? One thing about me and Martin is that when it comes to respect, we're big on that. just respect us. That's literally the least we can ask. Don't go around spreading lies. Don't go around talking bad about us if you know damn well that's not what we're about. That's not even who we are as people. So if it gets to that point, just know it wasn't for no reason. We're not just out here talking bad about people or going out of our way to, you know, destroy somebody's character. That's just not right.
Yeah.
But there's certain instances where people push buttons, people go the extra mile just to keep egging things on, and it's not it. It's not it. But if you want war, I mean, it's free smoke.
Yeah, and and the other thing is too is like it's not just one person either, bro. I mean, we've dealt with that whole other issue, man, of the homeboy, you know, sitting there saying his own stories and fathom his ego and fueling himself with being every girl wants me, you know,
dude, that is crazy.
And it's just like, okay, like, you know what, man, like we're happy that you found the personality of what you want to become, but don't be spreading your lies.
That's the ego. Yeah. That's when ego takes over somebody's whole personality, and that's why I'm glad. Like, I'm very fortunate that when it comes to ego, it's something I've been able to control and like hold back on. Not gonna tell you guys how I did that because probably isn't podcast friendly, but I just once you realize your ego is your biggest enemy, and you focus on getting that out of, you know, your main personality trait or trying to get it out of the way of who you are as a person, you'll thrive. You'll become a better person because you know that you're being a genuine person. It's not just your attitude or where you come from or this image of yourself that you believe is who you are. But yeah, man, I mean,
that's deep, man. That's deep.
Betrayal is one crazy topic to talk about. We got a lot of that.
That is one. Oof. But at the end of it is that I really just don't wish nothing bad upon them. Yeah. At the end of the day, like, they want to take their course as it is. I'm just sticking to me, whatever version or whatever shit that they want to talk about and say. Continue talking it. Continue telling your side of the story.
Right.
And if people are expecting from me to tell my side or wait for that, hey, you know me. You know my character. You know who I am.
Exactly.
I don't fuck with nobody just for the fuck of it, just for the beef. Nah. Yeah. There's a reason to it. And if you really want to believe whatever they're saying, then believe them.
Right.
I'm not out here playing no political game of like, no, don't believe them. Yeah. Speak to me. This is my no. I don't give a fuck. You want to believe them? Go ahead.
Right.
But you guys know who I am. You know my character. You definitely know who I am.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's just like, really, I mean, I'm not going to play your little game. I'm not going to do all that. You don't deserve that from me. And again, I just want you to ride in your life, and I want you to succeed in your life.
Yeah.
But you ain't ever welcome in my life.
Right.
So please stay your ass on the other side of the door.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
What about you? What's the betrayal that you've gone through?
It's about to get spicy.
I feel like a little bit of your betrayal bleeds into my life, I think a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of hurts. That's what I was going to say. Beyond that, like in high school, I had two friends that I was really close to. Really close to. And I don't remember like the specifics of it, but I know that we were at my house one time and it was like a group of us. And they were texting each other at my house, and one was talking shit about me to the other person. Wow. Laying on my bed.
Yeah.
That's kind of, that's backwards.
So then I reached out to them and I was like, hey, like, what was this about? And one of them, like, we were bumpy, obviously, because that happened. I'm not going to forget. The other one completely ghosted me and just like completely cut me off. Like, we still follow each other on social media, but like just literally ghosted me. Didn't text me back, didn't respond to anything. Like,
wow.
I would try to talk it over with her and she was just not responsive. And I was closer to her.
I know the feeling.
I was closer to her than the other one. So when she didn't respond, it like really hurt. And then they're still besties, like to this day. Like they're still best friends and I see them. I do reach out to one of them. Like I'm pretty cordial with one of them. And from time and time again, we'll go get breakfast or we'll like slide up on each other's things. Like I know her family, like, and she knows my family. So when certain things happen, like I'll post or I'll text her or whatever. But yeah, that one really messed me up because I knew her since like early elementary.
Do you feel like it was something that was done on your end, or do you think it was just out of jealousy? What do you think it was?
I think reflecting, I think I remember that time. It was mainly like jealousy. Almost envious.
I don't remember to like honestly, I don't remember like what exactly had gone down. I I know that I didn't do anything malicious to her.
Right.
And I don't know. And then like the other two girls, because there was two of them and me, it was three of us. Yeah. But the other two were like, would frequently like not see eye to eye on things, and they would like be in a beef kind of. So when it flipped and it was on me, I was like, what happened? Like,
it was like a red out of the blue. Like,
yeah, it was kind of odd. So I don't know if that had something to do, or like, right. I don't know if that, again, it was in high school, so I really don't remember like the specifics of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what happened after that. But one of them I'm still really close with. Not really close, that's strong, but like we're cordial.
Yeah.
We'll go breakfast and stuff. And the other one I just see on social media. Her mom still follows me on Facebook. Like, we're still cool, like, and stuff like that. But I don't know. That one really messed me up.
Yeah. At the end of the day, like, people show their true colors after a while. And that's the shitty part.
And I think too, like, people are in your life for, what is it, a reason or a season?
Yeah.
And like, I really believe that. Like, they're either coming in here to teach you a lesson, or they're coming in here and they're sticking around.
That's true.
So I think that's the part that I'm just stuck on, is like, she taught me a lesson, and that's to be careful who you're close to. And groups of 3 usually don't work. And
unfortunately.
Yeah. And it's 2, and sometimes you're by yourself, and sometimes that's
the big 3.
That's right.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And then sometimes it is better, just you. Like, sometimes there's peace to just knowing, like, you and your side and sitting in silence. Like, there's peace to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
So that was that. The next one says, do you believe in second chances?
Damn, right off the bat, that one too.
Yeah, literally.
DJ, you want to take it away first?
These substance cards are playing.
I mean, to me, when I was younger, I used to believe in second chances. I was very forgiving. I'm forgiving to a certain extent, but if it comes to friendships, no. Friendships is a little different than relationships. I feel like friendships, you may have known this person for a year or 2 years, maybe even your whole life, right?
Yeah.
If they do something malicious to begin with, like whatever it may have been that made you question the second chance, I'm sorry, but once they showed that one sign, you have to cut them off. I don't care like how long you've known them. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
If they're bold enough to do it one time, they'll do it again.
Yeah.
Because you let them get away with it. Absolutely. Like I've known homies, right, who get in relationships, and that we try and tell them, hey, bro, this girl, she's not it, bro. I don't think this is the one for you. Like, we see all the red flags popping up. And when you're in the situation, it's different.
Yeah, when you're wearing rose-colored glasses, a flag is just a flag.
Exactly. But when you're on the outside looking in, you're like, hey, you better run. You better run. And they don't listen, and they give that second chance. And then, bro, it's just like that partner doesn't respect them at all anymore. It's just like, oh, bro, you just let me get away with murder. I'm gonna go do it again.
Yeah.
And then if you keep letting it happen, it's like, okay, well, where's your dignity? Where's your self-respect at? You know what I mean? And so
it's a cycle.
Yeah, it's an endless cycle until you decide to be like, you know what, I've had enough. I'm good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, I don't believe in second chances. I've watched it with my parents growing up, scandalous stuff, bro. I can't. I
get you. Yeah, no, I don't. Once I see the truth, the thing for me is I don't do second chances. You're one and done.
Yeah.
Whether it's a relationship, whether it's friendships, whatever it is.
Right.
You're one and done. For me, that's what I've learned throughout the years of people that I've trusted and people that I've been with. And it's just like, nah, man, like, I don't do no second chances. Like, if you said it best. Some people are here in your life to teach you a lesson, or they're really going to be here for you.
Right.
And I stand by that. Everybody that comes in your life teaches you a lesson, shows you different perspectives of life, and you learn from all these things. And I used to be super, super apologetic, super like understanding of certain things, and I used to do second chances, third chances, fourth chances, you name it. But I kept getting walked all over. And a lot of people take my kindness for my weakness.
Right.
And there's a certain side of me, like when I'm cool, when we're riding together, we're like, cool, we're all good.
Right.
For example, like you said it best, my Lexus was full of 4 people, and now it's down to 2. I should just get a coupe at this point,
Yep.
And it's just like, if it was all 4 of us, you guys knew like, hey, all right, I only got like $30. And then it's just like, no, I don't got it. We got $30.
Right.
Like, I contribute that to us. Like, all right, let's go figure something out.
Right.
Let's combine whatever we got together. it's just the type of person that I've always been.
Right.
And, you know, you do me dirty once, who's to say that you're not going to do me dirty again?
Exactly.
And I just don't trust easy. Once I lose that trust, you're never going to gain it back.
Yeah. That's real. That's real.
I was like, I believe in second chances.
Nah, man.
I just think that there are times where I've shown somebody not my best side, where they've caught me on a bad day, or I was going through my own thing, and I know that I wouldn't want them to judge that day, or they judge me off that one day.
Right.
So in that sense, yeah, like I think you deserve a second chance. I think it's very, very, very circumstantial.
Right.
Yes.
Of like who it is. Like if Martin does something to hurt my feelings, I'm not going to cut him off the next day, you know?
Right.
But like if it's significant enough, then I get it. Like I think it's the degree that you feel disrespected. Like if it's a total loss of trust, okay, that's it.
Yeah.
But if like I feel disrespected and we talk about it and we address it, okay, then we can move on and like that's that.
And that's talking about it. That's being able to talk about it.
That's what I'm saying.
If you don't talk about it, you just let it just.
But that's why I think it's circumstantial, because if you don't talk about it and you're upset and then it continues to happen, then that's your fault for not saying anything.
Exactly.
No one's a mind reader in this world. Like you need to say what you need or they're not going to know.
100%.
So I
it's
think
like what you said last time too when we asked this question was, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah.
Fool me a third time, you never get fooled again.
Yeah.
Yeah, and truly, I mean, okay, fine, one time you messed up. Okay, fine, I accepted it. That's the second time. I believe in 3 strikes, you're out.
Yeah.
Because we're not all perfect. You're going to have bad days.
Right.
So I believe 3 strikes. Okay, after the third one, though, I'm not going to let you get me a 4th time.
Right.
I'm done. Like, that's the cap. You hit it. Good luck to you. Like, after that, I'm done. So, on to number, I don't know what questions is. 5? What is the name of this chapter of your life?
Ooh, I'm trying to find a good word.
Mine's resilience. This chapter is called resilience because I am in school and I'm going to work and I'm coming home and I'm trying to be a good daughter and I'm trying to be a good girlfriend and I'm trying to be a good sister and I'm trying to be all these things, and like it's a lot. You have to work. I have to believe that I'm doing it for a bigger purpose, and I just need to keep doing it. Like I need to be resilient, and like I come home at 7:30 and I'm doing work on my laptop until 10:30 and I'm waking up at 5:30 a.m. the next day to go to work. Like I'm trying to get this degree, man. I really am. But I think that in being like resilient, like you just have to keep going. Like you can't stop. I need to go, and then in between I'm spending time with Martin and I'm spending time with my mom, and I have to go check on my dad, and I'm fortunate enough to have my grandparents, so I need to go visit them while I have them. Like it just feels like a lot, like most days. So resilience is mine.
That's a good one. What about you, DJ?
I would say this phase of my life is called uncertainty.
Okay.
By that I mean like whether it be financial situations, whether it be, friendships, whether it be just anything. Everything right now is just so uncertain. There was a certain time in my life where I believed I had everything like in motion. I had everything in control. I'm doing what I can, everything's at the snap of a finger. I can make shit happen. But now I'm in a position this year that's testing my certainty, and I have to ride with it.
Yeah.
I'm the type of person, I go with the flow of things, and it's just, this is a situation where it's just like, okay, tomorrow could be a completely different situation. I go to work every day. It's just like, there's whatever you thought would go wrong goes wrong. You know what I mean? Shit like that. So, I mean, it's just uncertainty. That's really what this stage in life is. One day you might be employed, one day you might be rocking with the right person, and the next day you're not, or the next day you're just down and out. You got to go find another job, stuff like that. Not saying that's what happened to me, but it's gotten close to there. So I would say uncertainty.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I would say mine would be, I think I would label this chapter as the comeback. The reason why is just because like you've known me for years. Yeah. And I've always spiraled through my depression. I've always been at my lowest. I've always had to work 2 different jobs, just trying to make something happen and something going for my life. And then my first career didn't end up panning out right. So it was just like all over the place, right? Yeah. And then I finally got the platform running, and then that was a great momentum, and just all of a sudden lost that momentum. So now it's just like, I feel like now I have everything back on track because I have my new career going. I'm doing good right now. And then it's just like, I'm doing good financially. And then now I'm getting my platform back to where I want it to be. And it's just like, now I'm I'm coming back. This comeback is personal.
Right.
So now I'm gonna make it out. I'm gonna keep pushing it out.
Yeah.
That's right.
And and at the end of it, like I said, the comeback is greater than the setback.
That's right.
I like it. Next one says, do you feel like you are on track in life?
I would feel like now I am. Like now I feel like everything's going good.
Everything's
like
working.
This is the way that God has written it. This is the path that I'm still taking. I have to keep following. I have to trust in him and have faith in him, and the path that he's taking me is to succeed and to keep going. God has helped me, shed the dead weight off my back.
Right.
And just to leave all that in the past and just continue going forward. Because that's all you have to focus is focusing on what you want to do and what you want to accomplish, and keep pushing it and keep going forward.
That's right. So to me, it's like I don't believe there's a specific path, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe it's always in my control. So I would say yes automatically.
Mm-hmm.
I would say yes. I'm always on the right path. As long as God's got me, then yeah. Even though I'm uncertain at this time, even though I feel like I'm in a buffer zone and I can't clearly see, what's ahead, I still will always feel like, yes, like I have.
You're meant to go through it.
Like this is what I'm supposed to be going through right now.
Exactly. And so maybe months from now, years from now, I'll look back at the situation and just be like, that's the reason why I had to be.
Like it makes sense.
Zone. Yeah. Because that always happens to me. I always self-reflect on certain things and I get to that position and I'm like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. I had to go through this little phase in order to get to this better situation.
Yeah.
I think that's what this is.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Okay. So when I thought about this, I was like comparing, but I think that's my problem is I think I compare myself.
You compare yourself a lot.
Thank you for that. I really needed that. No, yeah. I was thinking of like, okay, what are other 25-year-olds doing?
Right.
And I would say that I am. I would say, without comparing, comparing and not comparing.
Right.
I feel like I've done what I had to do to get to where I want to be.
Mm.
And I feel like I'm still on that path. And I feel like I'm, I don't think I'm off path.
Right.
Like, I think I have a rough idea of where God's trying to take me and I'm trying to like strive on that.
Right.
So I would say that I am on track, I would say. And I think that I think it's almost fun to not know what's ahead. Because then you really have to like live in the now and like feel how this feels, whether it's good or bad. And then when you get to the next level, then you're like, okay, this is good. Yeah. Hopefully. Maybe it's bad again, but hopefully it's good, So I would say that I'm on track.
It reminds me of what in Night of the Museum when Robin was just saying like, it's time for your next adventure.
Right.
And then he's just like, but I don't know what that entails. Like, it's scary. And he's like, how exciting. It's exciting because you don't know what's guaranteed tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen. Tomorrow is never promised.
Never promised.
So that's why I operate on like all today. What I'm doing today is that it's benefiting for me, myself, and my family, and the people that are riding for me. That's how you got to operate every day.
It's really just all about the perspective of it all. You know what I mean? And that's kind of crazy how you put that. It's exciting. The uncertainty is exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it is.
Not that uncertainty is
fun
or it's not
because
soul crushing.
It is scary. It is frightening. But when you change your perspective of like, no, I'm looking forward to it now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking forward to my challenge. I'm looking forward to the next heartbreak, to the next downfall. I'm looking forward to the next things because these are things that we're going to learn in our book.
It'll build you. Yeah. I think that's the thing that I had to realize. And I'm glad you guys actually said that because I've been like really comfortable for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
So when uncertainty comes, you're just like, oh shit, what do I do?
Yeah.
What do I do? Like I've backed off the steering wheel for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how to drive. You know what I mean? And so it's really just about the perspective of like, okay, yeah, it's uncertain, but you got the sticks.
Yeah.
You can control it at any moment in time.
You have a foundation. You just have to rebuild.
Exactly.
You got it.
100%.
All right, guys. It says, this is the last one. It says, what do you think your purpose in life is?
My purpose in life is to be an impact in this world, regardless of if I do it with everybody else or if I do it with my family or my friends. I think that's always going to be my purpose. I've always spoke about it. I've always said it. And as long as I can help people around me and help them in their lives or help them in any way that I could, then that's me being an impact. By the end of it, whenever I leave this earth or whenever I'm gone, I want to leave that impression there. And people would be like, fuck, I remember Martin because of this. Right. Fuck, I remember Martin because he helped me with this. Whatever it is. That impact stays with them for the rest of their lives.
Yeah. Right?
That's just how I want to do it.
That's real. I would have to say, and mine's a little bit similar to yours. Beginning of this year, I found out my purpose. I don't know how it came about. I know I was just sitting in my room and I was on my day off. I'm just silent, no TV on, windows open, blinds open, just laying in my bed. And I'm sitting here thinking like, you know what? What is my purpose in life? What do I imagine my purpose in life being? And I went back and I thought about all the things that I did as a kid, all the things that I'm doing now. And I realized my whole purpose in this life is to give. And I know a lot of people probably won't agree with that, or they probably think, oh, that's not a good idea. You know, being a giver comes with a lot of negative things, right?
Yeah.
People walking all over you, people taking advantage and stuff like that. But you know what? It's okay. Being a giver is a good thing because you're making other people's day. Sometimes that person doesn't have what they need and you gave them what they needed. And they can now succeed. They can now do what they need to do. Maybe I was that blessing that walked into their life that they needed. You know what I mean? And for me, it's just like back to the other question that we were talking about, you know, I think it was about
which one?
The one about not our purpose, but it was like similar to this question.
The one on track?
No, it was
the
like the
chapter of your life.
Second question.
The biggest reality check?
Reality check. So going back into talking about giving back to my parents, giving back to my mom, making sure she's straight. My purpose in this world, she's struggled almost all of her life. Growing up in East Oakland, if you know anything about the hyphy movement back in those days and just Oakland back in those days, it was not fun and games. Like a lot of this shit is, you see Oakland now, you don't even want to step foot in there. And she's grinded all her life, making sure that we had what we needed. So it's now my chance to give back. I feel like I was born on this earth to give, you know what I mean? And as much as she's given me, even till this day, my mom's, the shoes I'm wearing right now, my mom bought me for my birthday. And I wasn't expecting none of that, but she always looks out for me. And whether it's just a random stranger on the streets or whether it's one of the close homies, they call me up. They're like, hey, bro, like I'm really going through it. Whatever the case may be, you know what I mean? I'm here to help because as long as I got it, you got it. And that's just the kind of character that I am. So I
and I have witnessed that. I've called DJ when I'm at my lowest or whenever I'm struggling with something. And DJ is fucking there.
Even if it's just a talk, even a conversation goes a long way. And you know what? Some people don't accept it. A lot of people don't accept help, and that's just how it is. You know what I mean? But I feel like that's my purpose, is to give. I've been doing it since I was a kid, bro. And I don't want to continue on for too much longer, but just this last part. I remember when I was younger, I would go grocery shopping with my mom, and my mom would like give me change from whatever purchase she would make, because I didn't have no allowance like that. It was just, you know, nickels and dimes, whatever the case may be. And I remember we would pull up to like, you know, stop signs or whatever the case may be, and there's a homeless dude out there, and he's got a sign out. I'm like, Mom, can I give him some change? Can I give him some change? She's like, go for it, go ahead. I roll the window down. I'm like, here you go. Even if it was some pennies and a quarter, whatever the case may be. That was just me being genuine, just giving. And I didn't know this dude, you know what I mean? I was raised knowing not to talk to strangers or nothing like that. But something in me told me, hey, he's not in the best position. Help him out. You know what I mean? And who knows how long that quarter and dime actually went for him. So
for sure.
That's what I got to say.
Deep. What's your purpose in life?
At first I was going to say to teach, but I feel like that's boring.
I mean,
I feel like that's obvious. I'm going to be a teacher. I feel like my whole life I've wanted to be a teacher. So I'm going to say to be a caregiver. I feel like since I was little, I was kind of made to take care of people.
Right.
Whether that was the intention or not, I feel like that's what was just bestowed upon me. So I feel like that's just who I am. Like I want to take care of people. Like I want them to be good. I want to, like, in any way I can, I want to like help take care of them, like, or help, whether they can do it for themselves or they can't.
Right.
And I think that goes back to teaching too. Like I'm going for special education. Like I want to make sure that they're good.
Right.
Like I want to make sure that they're taken care of. Like I want to make sure that, they have disabilities, but they're not treated in that way. Like I want to take care of them. I want to show them that there is people that care about them, that are not related to you, that you can see every day, and that care about your well-being. And I feel like I do, like with all of my friends and my family, I do care very deeply about all of them.
Right.
Like I do want them to be good, and in any way that I can help them, like call me please. Like I'll figure it out, you know?
Yeah.
So I think taking care of people is what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
Or being a caregiver, however you want to word that.
Yeah.
And I think that's just like a big pillar of who I am, is like I want to make sure that people are good.
Right.
And I can help if you can't do it.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
So that's me.
That's good.
That was our last one too, guys. So we successfully played Substance.
It was a deep one, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, it was. Is there any closing thoughts or anything that any of you guys want to say?
Mm-mm.
I don't really got much. I felt like I talked enough.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that we got deep into it, and I'm glad that we were able to open up about these things. And I love playing this game.
I know. I'm kind of sad that we played it now 3 times because we're running out of questions here. I'm kind of sad.
But it's like I said, I when I first saw it, I fucking fell in love with it because I was just like, this dude, I follow him on TikTok, and he makes all these positive messages, and and it's just good. I love the game.
Yeah, it's a good one.
And it's a good one to have deep conversations. And again, it has 3 different stages, but for the most part, thank you, DJ, for coming out here, man. And we appreciate you for being here for me and to doing this episode. And we're glad that we were able to, be here for another day.
Thank you for having me. Absolutely. Yeah. It was a fun experience for sure. I love these podcasts, man. I love it.
Yeah. Well, if you want to plug in your socials, go ahead, bro. Shout out Modified Luxury.
Yes, sir. Shout out Modified Luxury Crew on Instagram. That's our main car page, the car crew I'm a part of. Shout out Woe Day. Follow me on IG, TikTok. Hardly ever post on there, but still follow me. WHOADAEE. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got there.
You got any upcoming events for the car clubs or anything that you guys are cooking up?
I'm glad you mentioned that. So we are in the stages of getting new sponsorships.
Good shit.
We actually had a car meeting yesterday talking about a new lowrider crew that's coming around.
Oh, that's cool.
Okay.
They've been pretty established for a really long time, but they saw that, we're up and coming. We're really dedicated to what we're trying to do. And they want to invest in us. So definitely looking forward to that collab. You'll probably be seeing a lot of reels being made in regards to, the collaboration and stuff like that. Hopefully we're going to be getting some merch soon. So look out for Modified Luxuries merch. We're talking hats, t-shirts, lanyards, stuff like that. Air fresheners eventually.
Okay,
that's cool.
But once we start our first few drops, you guys are definitely going to see it on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, anybody who wants to join the crew, just give us a DM on Modified Luxury Crew's page. Obviously, luxury car specifically. It doesn't have to be a Lexus. We've got people that are in Infinities, people in Mercedes, things like that. As long as it's a luxury car, we just hope that you can be a part of the family like the rest of us have been. Just don't be afraid. Don't be shy. Let us hit us up.
Absolutely. That's good, man. And hopefully you bring it on. We can fucking post it on the page and do something with it.
Absolutely.
That'd be cool, bro.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for all listening. We love you guys. We appreciate the support. Remember, you guys can catch us every Sunday and Wednesday. And yeah, till the next time, we love you guys. Peace.
Bye.
Later.